5 weeks following a deadly crash on the Crosstown Expressway, police are looking into criminal charges. The charges the unlicensed teen could face. And water concerns in the Robstown area as lake levels are running dry. How the newly sworn in board members in District 3 are expected to ease those concerns. Sexual assault allegations of the son of a popular Tejano singer. The response from Raymond Ayala Sr. Well, hey there, folks. A good Thursday morning. Thank you so much for tuning in to Chris 6 Sunrise, waking up with the Hoffman Singular as Michelle. Well, she is going to be emceeing an event we're going to tell you about in just a little bit. But first, it's Boys Club today. We got the red and blue going on. I'm liking this color coordination. Let's see if the folks at home are going to be liking the weather coordination today.
Absolutely. I think we're going to be fans of it. We're still starting off nice and cool this morning. Going into the weekend, not going to have those cool mornings around anymore. We're going to be pushing back into the 70s as soon as tomorrow, and then even more widespread as we're heading into our Saturday and Sunday, so something to keep in mind for those beach to bay runners. In terms of our temperatures this morning, waking up pretty nicely, about 64 degrees there on the Sunset Island cam you can see, and not too much cloud cover, but most of us in those 60s still, luckily. Still a couple 70s closer to the coast there towards Port Aransas and Rockport. Rockport 70 degrees, 75 there in Port Aransas with some of the cooler spots inland, 62 for Beeville, 63 there in Alice. But something else to point out, some of those visibilities, seeing a little bit of patchy fog out there, both Alice and Beeville reading about a third of a mile of visibility, so something to keep in mind as you're heading out this morning. Through the rest of our Thursday, though, we'll be back on the warm-up. Plenty of sunshine takes us to 82 by 11 a.m. I'm calling 89 for our daytime high over by CCIA into the afternoon, and winds out of the southeast all day, about 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusting upwards of 20 to 25 miles an hour for us. And I'm calling 89 here in Corpus Christi, but if you find yourself inland, likely to push into those 90s for areas towards Jim Wells and Duval County. So getting pretty toasty out there into our Thursday and into the weekend. But let's get you ready for your Thursday morning, of course. As we're getting ready to hit those roadways, let's take a look at the traffic flow map. Luckily, so far, so good on that map. Good and green color flow across the entire region. If you're hitting the Harbor Bridge to and from Portland, looking at that good and green color flow, as well as 37 if you're making your way into town from Cal Allen. 44 for that commute to or from Robstown, also looking pretty good this morning. For our major thoroughfares here in Corpus Christi, Ocean Drive, SPID, and Saratoga, all luckily coming in the clear. Even Crosstown Expressway looking pretty good this morning, so let's take a little detour inland. Good morning to neighbors out there in Alice. So far, so good. That good and green color flow across the entire area, so a good and green Thursday morning, but we've got some more rain chances on the way as we're heading into next week. Still nothing for this week, but we'll talk about how much we might see and when we might see it coming up in our full 7-day forecast.
Stephen, thank you for that. So Corpus Christi police continue their investigation of a deadly Crosstown Expressway crash with potential criminal charges. The crash report suggests an unlicensed 14-year-old driver may have caused this pileup. Investigators say that the teen tried to pass another car but hit it instead. It pushed his car into a Jeep with 43-year-old Julio Antonio Flores Jr., who died at the crash. The teen driver currently faces citations for driving without a license and an unsafe lane change.
I'm Stephanie Molina in Robstown, where water concerns remain top of mind for many neighbors in the area. Wednesday evening, the Water District swore in new board members as residents hope to see progress on one of the community's biggest concerns. It was a packed house at the Nueces County Water Control and Improvement District 3 board meeting. New board members Myra B. Alanis and Belinda Shorty Valadez were sworn in along with Ramiro Ram Alejandro. Alejandro was re-elected. As Chris 6 has previously reported, water has been a concern for Robstown residents. With that in mind, I spoke with two of the recently elected board members.
It makes me feel good to know that the community still trusts me to lead the district. So that's the best thing about it.
It's a little overwhelming right now because I don't understand everything, so I'm asking a lot of questions, but I feel good about it.
And that was Stephanie Molina reporting. The son of Norento music legend Raymond Ayala Sr. is facing allegations of sexual misconduct. There are more disturbing allegations of sexual misconduct against Raymond Ayala Jr. The Houston attorney Tony Busby has filed 3 different lawsuits since February. 2 of the 3 men who are accusing Raymond Ayala Jr. includes the former lead singer and bass player for Ayala is banned. So in their civil lawsuit, the men accused Raymond Ayala Jr. of unwanted sexual contact that in some cases caused injury. They claim Ayala Jr. would frequently walk around the tour bus in the nude. He's also accused of frequently being high on cocaine and even throwing cocaine on people. The bass player said that he was one of the people that Ayala Jr. sexually assaulted. So Raymond Ayala Sr. says that the allegations have caused his family and staff deep pain, adding that he's confident that the truth will ultimately come to light through the proper legal processes, that is. Ayala Sr.'s attorney says that it's disappointing that his client is named in the civil lawsuit. He criticized attorney Tony Busby for trying to play out this case in public instead of in the courtroom. Well, President Trump is in Beijing today for high-stakes talks with Chinese President Xi Jinping. During their discussions, President Trump called the Chinese leader a friend, but tensions remain over trade and accusations of tech theft. The U.S. is also pushing China to help out with the war with Iran. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says China has a lot of influence as Tehran's biggest ally.
It's in their interest to resolve this. We hope to convince them to play a more active role in getting Iran to walk away from what they're doing now and trying to do now in the Persian Gulf.
So another major topic the two world leaders are discussing: Taiwan. China claims that the democratic island is their own. President Xi Jinping did warn that mishandling the Taiwan issue could lead to conflict with the U.S. Lawmakers in Washington are urging President Trump to stand by Taiwan as talks do continue. So the successor to the Chromebook is being unveiled. Google says that the Google Book is the first laptop designed from the ground up for Gemini intelligence. It says it will deliver professional and productive help for whenever users need it. They'll come in a variety of different shapes and sizes and include a unique glow bar. The first models, well, they're expected to come out in the fall. Meta is rolling out a new incognito chat feature on WhatsApp and the Meta AI app. The company says that the tool will allow users to have private temporary conversations with Meta AI. The chats will be processed in a secure environment that even the company cannot access. Conversations won't be saved. Messages will disappear by default. The new feature will roll out over the coming months. Well, folks, it is 6:07 on your Thursday morning. Thanks for tuning in. We always appreciate it. Still ahead, a look back at a historic ship named after the sparkling city by the bay and how the surviving crew members came together one last time to honor it. Welcome back, everyone. All right, this one's a cool one. Leading up to America's 250th birthday, we're showcasing stories and events from across the country that help shape what the U.S. looks like today. One of those stories has to do with a ship named after the sparkling city by the bay that we call home, the USNS Corpus Christi Bay.
In the waters of the South China Sea, one ship carried no fighter jets and fired no missiles during the Vietnam War. But the USNS Corpus Christi Bay became one of the most important weapons America had. Originally built as a Navy seaplane tender USS Albemarle, the vessel was transformed in 1965 into the world's first floating aircraft repair depot. Renamed after the city of Corpus Christi, the 538-foot ship was outfitted with 32 specialized repair shops and staffed by nearly 400 Army technicians. Its mission was simple but critical: keep helicopters in the air. Vietnam War, helicopters were the lifeline of the battlefield, carrying troops, evacuating the wounded, and delivering supplies into places no road could reach. When those aircraft were damaged, the Corpus Christi Bay repaired them just miles from combat, saving months of turnaround time. By some estimates, the crew helped return more than 4,000 helicopters to service. Surviving crew members returned to Corpus Christi for one final official reunion. Aboard the USS Lexington Museum, they gathered for memorial service, shared stories, and said goodbye to a tradition that had kept them connected for decades. Retired Army medic Stephen Nye, who also served as the ship's barber, told us it was bittersweet.
This brings us all together. So not to have it next year, it's bittersweet. We will come together somehow, though.
For many, the friendships forged in the tight quarters of the ship at war never faded. Nye recently reconnected with Ted Rosolowski, another medic he had not spoken with in nearly 57 years.
You get to know guys fairly well after being with them in tight quarters, and then not seeing them for 50 years, and then re-seeing them. A few of them, it's been like yesterday when we meet again.
Rosolowski says that holding the final reunion in Corpus Christi was the only fitting choice.
We made a very tough decision as the board last year to make it our last. And it had to be in Corpus Christi because that's where it all started.
Ed Langville, who served as an aircraft electrician on board, says seeing his shipmates after more than 5 decades was both heartwarming and emotional, especially knowing that his work aboard the ship meant others could live on.
We had a lot of pride and took a lot of pride in what we did and hoped that the rescue hoist that we repaired on that ship saved a lot of lives.
As America approaches its 250th birthday, these veterans say their service reflects a lesson as old as the nation itself. Freedom endures because generations of Americans step forward when they are needed.
I believe the military is tremendously important in the safeguard of this country to protect us from the enemies that are out there. I believe that this country will remain strong.
For a brief but remarkable chapter in American history, a ship bearing the name of a South Texas city helped keep the nation's helicopters flying, its soldiers moving, and its promise of service alive. And even as the final reunion comes to an end, the legacy of the USNS Corpus Christi Bay continues to sail on.
So as we know, or as you know, I should say, we will have various different stories celebrating America leading up to our nation's 250th celebration. You can check out our website for all of those. All you have to do is go to christv.com/America250. There you'll find all those different stories highlighting our nation. And on the evening of July 4th, we're going to have a special 1-hour program for America 250. And that special is right here on Chris 6. It's going to start at 6 o'clock.
Well, good Thursday morning there, Coastal Bend, taking a live view from our studio Skycam. You can see the Harbor Bridge and downtown in view. A gorgeous sunrise for our Thursday morning so far. Waking up to about 66 degrees on the board. Winds light right now out of the northeast, about 3 miles an hour. And with mostly our winds out of the southeast, we're seeing that rising humidity leading to some of this patchy fog this morning. Both Alice and Beeville reading about 1/3 of a mile of visibility. Kingsville coming in just under a mile. So if you do run into any of this fog or reductions in visibility, just make sure to give yourself a little bit of extra caution on the roadways out there. Most of us waking up to the 60s this morning, 68 in Ingleside, 63 there in Alice, with the cool spot being 62 actually in Mathis and Beeville this morning. Quite a few 63s down there towards Kingsville, but a decent warm up towards the coast. Port Aransas, 75 degrees. As we're going through the next few hours and really through the rest of our Thursday, pushing up towards 88 degrees by 3 p.m. And I think we top up at about 89 over by CCIA with a little bit of a breezy wind out of the southeast into the afternoon. 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusting upwards of 20 to 25 miles per hour. On the future tracker, expecting plenty of sunshine today for our Thursday. Puts us in the 90s out for our western neighborhoods, upper 80s here in Corpus Christi like we talked about, and still those lower 80s for Port Aransas, but the mostly clear skies tonight get us back down into the 60s for a few of our inland neighborhoods. Like we talked about, this flow from the Gulf getting more moisture into the area means our temperature is not going to be dropping quite as fast as we go into the overnight time frame, at least as we're heading in towards the weekend. Going towards tomorrow afternoon, we're pushing right back up towards those 90s with maybe a little bit more cloud cover on our hands. But either way, 90 degrees for Beeville, towards those mid-90s for Duval County, and thinking about 89 here in Corpus Christi. That's all thanks to our upper level ridge we have of high pressure over the Lone Star State. As we go into the weekend and next week, it really starts to weaken, and then we see our next upper level trough working into the central United States. That's going to provide us with a little bit of extra moisture and definitely enough upper level energy to get some more of those storms back on the board and increase those rain chances. chances. So for the next few days, definitely not going to be needing your umbrella as we're heading into the weekend, unless you just want it for some shade around the area. As we're heading in towards Tuesday and into Wednesday of next week, that's where the time frame really starts to move up with some of those thunderstorms and maybe seeing some of that scattered activity back on the board. Right now, rainfall estimates are still way up in the air. Lots of changes to be made on that forecast still, but as we head into the weekend, more of that data will become available. Here's how it's playing out on the 7-day forecast. Plenty warm into the weekend, so make sure to stay cool and stay hydrated if you're heading out to beach to bay. 91 there by Monday, and then as we head into next week, there's the rain chances reappearing as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, folks, 6:18 is your time on this Thursday. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. And still ahead, a recall alert to tell you about the cream that many shoppers purchased with a bacterial contamination. Welcome back, everyone. So an eczema treatment cream being recalled now for staph bacterial contamination. Pharmacal, a company that makes MG217's multi-symptom treatment cream and skin protectant eczema cream, they issued the recall. The 6-ounce cream has an expiration date of November 2026. Product was sold in retail stores and online. Pharmacal says that it hasn't received any reports of any issues with the product yet, though. So polycystic ovary syndrome, or PCOS, is getting a brand new name. It's now going to be known as PMOS, or polyendocrine metabolic ovarian syndrome. That's a mouthful, folks. It's all in an effort to better help diagnose and describe the metabolic disorder that affects at least 10% of women globally. Symptoms include more than ovarian cysts, though. It also includes irregular menstrual cycles, difficulty getting pregnant, female pattern baldness, too. Well, it is 6:23 on your Thursday. Thanks for tuning in. And it's wedding season, folks, but the rising cost of planning and everything else may take the buzz out of your celebration. How you can help lower those bills.
Now, say hello to your neighbors. This is your Chris 6 News Sunrise Shoutouts.
Hello, Chris 6 Sunrise Team. I am Commissioner Jack Joy Gonzalez 24/7 in the neighborhoods of Petronila Estate and Belt Lane, and I want to wish all my neighbors across the coastal bend out there a great morning and a great day.
Hey, Commissioner Jag, great to see you, sir. Hope you have a great day yourself. And folks, if you want to send in your own shout out and be shown on air just like Commissioner Jag, you can do so. Scan that QR code you see on the screen or head on over to our website, christv.com. Well, TikTok is launching a new feature to help book your vacations. TikTok Go will allow you to reserve hotels and tours directly through the app. This is through a partnership with Expedia and Booking.com. Creators can now earn a commission when you book a trip through their posts. Well, the summer season is wedding season. The celebration is expensive too. Trust me, I know, but that is not including those rising costs. There's the venue, there's the catering, there's the entertainment, there's those prices, there's those last-minute nitpicky items that your mother-in-law wants. Well, they can all add up. Guests are also paying a lot to just attend. You can cut those costs by sharing hotels or renting outfits. The bride and groom can also ease the financial burden, listing nearby locations to stay.
There can be a 5-star hotel. There can be a 3-star option. There can be local Airbnbs.
So if you're invited to a lot of weddings, how do you prioritize which ones to attend? By your relationship with a couple, of course. If you choose to skip the wedding, you can still send a gift, even if it's cash. Well, 6:27 on your Thursday morning, and still ahead, Democrats and Republicans are signaling openness and resistance in some instances to President Trump's gas tax. Why the idea may be short-lived. With water concerns across Corpus Christi, we break down how you can actually actively monitor your water usage for the billing cycle. And a shortage of bus drivers as CCISD prepares to close 7 schools. Why some parents are becoming more anxious about the new school year. And a little later, a high-profile summit gets underway just this morning. What leaders are expected to discuss as the war with Iran is expected to be one of the hot topics. Well, hey there, folks. Good Thursday. There I am. Good Thursday morning, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to Chris 6 Sunrise. If you're just joining us, waking up with the singular Hoffman, Brian Hoffman, Michelle Hoffman as the morning off. She's emceeing a bit later. We'll have more details on that in a bit. But first, we got to turn things on over to the Boys Club right here. Meteorologist Stephen Jones. How you doing, sir?
Pretty well. Good morning, Brian.
Morning.
Pleasure to have you here, of course,
you
with
too.
us. And as we're going through the morning, still doing pretty good for our Thursday. A lot of 60s out there. So still jacket worthy if you ask me. Going into tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, I don't think it's going to be as jacket worthy even in the mornings. But here's how our temperatures are rounding out right now. 61 degrees is that official cool spot right now in Beeville. 74, the warm spot over towards Port Aransas with a good mix in between. Ingleside, 67 degrees. San Diego coming in at that 64-degree mark. But with winds mostly out of the southeast once again starting from yesterday, we're seeing that rising humidity out there. And Beeville reading that visibility close to zero right now. Very dense fog out there. Alice, 1/3 of a mile. Robstown, 1/2 of a mile. And even Sinton, 1/3 of a mile. If you do run into any of that denser fog, just make sure to give yourself a little bit of extra caution as we're heading out this morning. Should start to dissipate over the next few hours, though. And then we're left with plenty of sunshine through the rest of our Thursday. Going to be pushing 87 by 1 p.m., calling 89 for our daytime high here in Corpus Christi. And as you work your way out to the west, that's where you see more of those 90s returning to the board once again, those mid to upper 90s for areas towards Jim Wells and Duval County. But of course, let's get you ready for your Thursday morning as you're getting ready to hit the roadways. So far, so good. Luckily, as we're checking out the traffic flow map, it's been a good Thursday morning. If you're hitting the Harbor Bridge to and from Portland, no issues to report as of right there. So let's check in on our Robstown and Calallen commuters, both 37 and 44. Luckily coming in the clear this morning, not even Leopard with any of those slowdowns on it. As we're checking out our major thoroughfares here in Corpus Christi, Ocean Drive, SPID, and Saratoga, all coming in the clear, as well as Crosstown Expressway, not looking too bad at all. So quick detour inland. Good morning to neighbors out there in Alice so far. Good morning. There we go. That good and green flow. Also no issues to report. So luckily a good and green Thursday morning, but luckily we have some good rain chances on the way next week. We'll talk more about those coming up in our full 7-day forecast.
Stephen, thank you. All right, so you might not know this, but each gallon of regular gas carries an 18.4-cent federal tax and 24.4 cents for diesel. As gas prices soar due to the ongoing war with Iran, President Trump floated temporarily scraping those taxes. Now, Congress would need to sign off on the next move, though.
Americans need real relief. 18 cents isn't enough.
If you lifted that, does that ultimately get passed on to the consumer, to the customer, to the buyer out there, or does it get sucked up in the supply chain somewhere?
Yeah, that is the fear. So, in case you didn't know, the federal gas tax basically funds the Highway Trust Fund, which helps build and maintain the nation's highways, bridges, and mass transit. It's already running at a deficit, though.
I'm Clara Benitez Cortez, and every week we are answering one of your water questions. This week we're tackling this question. Besides reading our water bill, how will we know how much water we are using as we go through our billing cycle? Will some sort of tracking device be issued or placed on our meter so we can know when we are reaching our allotted amount? Well, this is a question that we have been digging into for the last several months, and we continue to ask Corpus Christi Water how exactly they are going to do that. Well, City Manager Peter Zanoni stated the city's IT department is working on a real-time website. Customers will be able to log in by entering their account number and address. There, it will show them their water usage to date.
We're going to roll that out next week after council approves some of these policies like baselines and curtailment amounts.
Zanoni says this website will also allow customers to see their historical usage and average water used per day for the prior billing cycle. Well, right now, if you log into your utility account, you only see the billing cycle for the previous months. This new change will actually show you real-time data. We will continue to monitor this on our continuing coverage on Running Dry on our website, christv.com.
And you can check out all of our stories covering the water crisis. All you got to do, scan that QR code you see on the screen. It'll take you to our Running Dry section on our website.
CCISD is giving out some extra homework, but this assignment is for the parents. I'm Drew Bishop, and the district is proposing a new bell schedule for some middle and elementary schools. Here's how you can make your voice heard before this big change happens.
The district says they are looking into beginning and ending all middle schools, except for Metro P, 30 minutes early. Additionally, they want to make a 20-minute adjustment to 3 elementary schools, ECDC, Metro E, and Windsor Park, citing bus driver shortages.
I kind of feel like they've already made the decision.
CCISD is asking for community input through a survey.
I don't think CCISD is taking into account that our lives don't begin and end around the bell.
Well, the average pay, just as a heads up for a CCISD bus driver, around $20 an hour. Applicants must have a high school diploma or GED. You must also pass a background check and hold a Class B commercial driver's license. So we have this information if you're interested on our website. That's christv.com. Well, it is 6:36 on your Thursday morning. Thanks for tuning in. Before you head out the door, meteorologist Stephen Jones has a look at your forecast, and still ahead, a retirement announcement in Corpus Christi when the city auditor is expected to have his last day on the job. Water concerns in the Robstown area's lake levels running dry. How the newly sworn in board members in District 3 are expected to ease the concerns. A Texas judge expressing their displeasure with Camp Mystic's legal team. Why the plans for an all-day trial were changed last minute. And concerns about mold in apartments. It's nothing new here in the coastal Bend, but the steps that you can take if you happen to be living in unsafe conditions.
Now, 20 minutes of nonstop news, sponsored by Ewald Kubota.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. We appreciate it. So Corpus Christi City Auditor George Holland is making retirement plans this morning. The announcement was made during an audit committee meeting. Holland has held the position since January of 2023. He launched several high-profile investigations during his time in office. His last day on the job, June 1st. There are new board members in Robstown sworn in at Nueces County Water Control and Improvement District 3 board meeting. This includes Myra B. Alanez and Belinda Shorty Valdez. They were sworn in along with Romero Ram Alejandro. Alejandro was reelected. He hopes the community has some hope and reassurances in the district.
We started receiving water from the city of Corpus last week, so our arsenic levels have gone down. For the last couple of months they've been down, but our TDS just this week they started going down because we are receiving the treated water from the city of Corpus.
So we have information on the board members' goals for the future on our website, christv.com. Well, son of Norendo music legend Raymond Ayala Sr. is facing allegations of sexual misconduct. There are more disturbing allegations of sexual misconduct against Raymond Ayala Jr. So Houston attorney Tony Busby filed 3 different lawsuits since February.
Jack around with each other. Yes, do things that you and I would think are gross. Apparently that's what happened on that bus. But they all were involved and they all did it together.
2 of the 3 men who are accusing Raymond Ayala Jr. Includes 2 former members from Ayala's band.
Well, howdy and happy Thursday, Coastal Bend. I'm meteorologist Stephen Jones. Taking a view from our Sunset Island cam, courtesy of Matthews CCAC. A gorgeous sunrise on our hands out there, waking up to temperatures in the 60s and 70s. 69 here on the Laguna Madre, and winds still out of the southeast for most of us. Really light right now, around that 5-mile-an-hour mark. But that's bringing in more of that humidity over the past couple days and going to continue into the weekend. We have some of that patchy fog this morning. As a result, Beeville reading close to 0 in terms of that visibility. Sinton sitting at about 1/3 of a mile, and that's going to be the same for Alice. Both Robstown and Kingsville reading 1/2 of a mile of visibility right now. So if you do run into any of that fog, just make sure to give yourself a little bit of extra caution, of course, this morning. Looking closer at our temperatures now with that Chris 6 neighborhood weather network starting off on the south side. 60s across the board. 66 for Pebble Beach Drive, 67 there on Wind Willow Drive. Pretty similar in Flower Bluff. 72 for Laguna Shores Road, the warm spot there. 64 on Graham Road so far. And across the bay into Portland, looking just a little warmer. 73 on La Camarada Street, 74 there on Oakland Hills and Mangrove Drive so far. As we work our way inland closer to Lake Corpus Christi, County Road 803 coming in at 65. The coolest spot, County Road 364 at that 62-degree mark. As we roll through the next few hours and see that sun come back out, though, we're going to be warming up, of course. Let's take a look at our dog walking forecast. Today we've got Gracie Cohen's on the board. They're from Aransas County and says they just like to go on walks around the RV park. Hey, not bad spot for it. As we're heading out towards 10 a.m., 78 degrees, 87 is what we'll already be up to as we're heading in towards 1 p.m. Some quick warming as we're heading into the afternoon, and winds out of the southeast like we talked about around that 10 to 15 mile an hour mark this afternoon, gusting about 20 miles an hour for us. In terms of the future tracker, plenty of sunshine on the way for our toasty Thursday. The 90s inland, 93 there for Freer and George West for daytime highs, even maybe 89 here in Corpus Christi with a little bit of a cool down closer to the coast. As we're heading into tomorrow, we'll still be waking up with some 60s for our inland neighbors towards Alice and Benavidez, but more of those 70s becoming more abundant, at least as we're heading into tomorrow and the weekend across the coastal bend. By tomorrow afternoon, once again back into those 90s for our inland neighborhoods and those upper 80s here in Corpus Christi, all thanks to this upper level ridge of high pressure overhead. The good news is, as we're heading into the weekend, it starts to weaken for us, and then we see our next upper level trough working in from the west. That's going to bring a more unstable pattern as we're heading into next week, and just enough energy to get some more of those storms back on the board. So here's how it's playing out on the 7-day forecast. Remember those heat safety practices as we're heading into the weekend, because we're chasing that 90-degree mark pretty much each and every day through Monday and Tuesday of next week. The good news is there by Tuesday into Wednesday, there's the rain chances making their reappearance, but make sure to stay tuned for updates on that forecast.
Thank you, Stephen. So President Trump is in China this morning with expectations to meet with President Xi Jinping. Trade tensions are top of mind. President Trump pushing China also to open up American businesses. Our Joe St. George explains what we can expect from today's meeting.
White House officials describing the meeting between President Xi Jinping and President Trump as, quote, good, with multiple areas of agreement related to the Iran war. The White House saying that China and the United States agree that Iran should not have a nuclear weapon and that the Strait of Hormuz should remain open to allow for the free flow of oil out of the Middle East. But Chinese leaders are warning that there is a big difference between the U.S. and China on one area of policy in particular, Taiwan. An American president meeting the leader of China in person on Chinese soil, the first such gathering since President Trump last did it in 2017. China rolling out the red carpet for President Trump with an elaborate welcome ceremony ahead of in-person talks.
It's great.
Did you talk about Taiwan?
Great place. Incredible. China's beautiful.
Inside, during a meeting that lasted around 2 hours, much more formal discussions on the biggest issues of our time, with a look toward areas where the U.S. and China may find agreement.
We've had a fantastic relationship. We've gotten along. When there were difficulties, we worked it out. I would call you and you would call me. And whenever we had a problem, you're a great leader. I say it to everybody. You're a great leader. Sometimes people don't like me saying it, but I say it anyway because it's true.
Can we, in the interests of the well-being of our two peoples and the future of humanity, build a brighter future together for our bilateral relations? These are the questions vital to history, to the world, and to the people.
Already, President Xi bringing up the issue of Taiwan. Taiwan is self-ruled, but China believes it is their province. The U.S. has given billions to Taiwan's military in recent years, despite officially not supporting Taiwan's independence, and amid strategic ambiguity as to how the U.S. might respond if it was ever invaded by China. According to a Chinese government spokesman, President Xi stressed to President Trump that the Taiwan question is the most important issue in China-U.S. relations. If it is handled properly, the bilateral relationship will enjoy overall stability. Otherwise, the two countries will have clashes and even conflicts, putting the entire relationship in great jeopardy. Other issues like trade and the Iran war are dominating discussions between the two leaders as well, with all eyes on what may or may not be announced before President Trump's departure. Joe St. George, Scripps News Group, Washington.
So the Nueces County Sheriff's Office will honor law enforcement officers today who died in line of duty. The memorial service will pay tribute to all peace officers throughout the country. It's going to take place over the Nueces County Courthouse at 9 o'clock. So if you have any outstanding citations but can't make it to court during the week, you can attend community court over at the library this weekend. You can speak directly to a judge about warrants or set up a payment plan. All you got to do, you can also, I should say, request a community service or driving safety courses. All you got to do is go on over. It starts Saturday morning at 9 over at the Ben F. McDonald Public Library. Well, the murder convictions for Alec Murdaugh are being tossed out. The disgraced attorney was convicted in deaths of his wife and son in June of 2021. In the court decision, the justices found jurors were improperly influenced with comments that undercut the defense and impugned Murdaugh's credibility. Murdaugh is still serving a 27-year state sentence and a 40-year federal sentence. A new trial is being ordered. Well, the Travis County District Court judge, I should say, not pleased with Camp Mystic's legal team. An all-day hearing was scheduled, but the judge says at midnight she received an email and those motions were withdrawn. Amended motions were filed, which the judge says that she did not have at the time of the hearing. Instead, the hearing focused on discovery, logistics, and other administrative tasks.
I especially don't like it when I think I know what's going on because I'm getting emails talking about Spurs games and weddings in Italy, so I don't love that.
And the judge set a new motion hearing for June 10th. A bizarre case of mistaken identity over in Harris County. James Eric Burton received a letter from Texas DPS stating that his license was suspended for DWI until October. Only he never had a DWI plea, as a letter suggested. The plea was actually for James Dewitt Burton. Both James Burtons were born on the same day at the same hospital. They even went to the same high school. James Dewitt says he did speak on camera, but did not want to show his face. He wants to set the record straight, though.
I hope that helps him.
To prove that you guys are not the same person?
No, we're not.
The Harris County District Attorney's Office says that it has already filed paperwork to correct the error, but until the Texas Department of Public Safety updates its system, James Eric Burton says he still can't legally drive. Well, a Texas law firm is preparing to sue the city of Denver. This is on behalf of some passengers on the Frontier airline jet that hit a man who had breached a fence over at Denver International Airport. The man's cause of death was ruled a suicide. The plaintiff's attorney says that his clients expected safe travels, but instead went through a preventable incident that left them with injuries, both physical and psychological.
Everybody on the aircraft, and my clients included, have told me they all thought that they were going to die. They all felt that they were in a life-threatening situation.
And the attorney says that some of his clients suffered smoke inhalation, with another hurt evacuating the plane using an emergency slide. The law firm claims that failures of the airport's perimeter security and monitoring. A federal investigation continues into the incident.
Over the last few weeks, I've been telling you the story of Carol Kenny, an elderly West Side woman who said she was living with mold in her apartment for months. After reporting on her twice, her apartment finally got it handled. I'm Jada Jenkins, and I'm back with her to see how she's feeling and what health experts say mold can do to your body.
Because I'm a human being, and this is my health.
After I reported on 2 stories about conditions inside Carol Kenny's West Side apartment, she says the apartment management finally stepped in. When I walked back inside her apartment this week, the same spots I showed you just weeks ago looked completely different and the air felt cleaner. And last week, I told you how important it is for residents to document everything. Henry Williams, the Hillcrest Community Association president, who first called me about Carol's apartment, sat down with apartment management and got a written agreement that will make sure maintenance continues to check her apartment.
They make me feel like they think I ain't nobody, you know.
Carol says even though her home feels safer, she's still taking medication.
What kind of effect this do have on my body?
That's That's why I went to A&M Corpus Christi to speak with a health expert about the effects of long-term mold exposure.
It can weaken your immune system over time, and now that makes that person more susceptible probably to other diseases.
Dr. Rajesh Melaram says older adults like Carol are especially vulnerable. He says to get enough fresh air and seek medical attention if you develop breathing problems.
Living in that environment is not going to be good for that person.
And for Carol, she hopes her story not only helps her heal, but helps other residents speak up before conditions get worse.
And as I stand in her apartment, Carol knows the damage may already be done. And she's not the only one, because across Corpus Christi, many residents are reaching out with similar concerns. And I'm not done asking questions. If you or someone you know is living in unsafe living conditions like this, reach out to me directly. On the West Side, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Jada Jenkins, Chris 6 News.
Thank you for that, Jada. Appreciate it. So the Harbor Playhouse is making plans to replace an anticipated show. They posted on social media Wednesday apologizing for their cancellation of the upcoming production of Cats. Harbor Playhouse officials say it will not affect Cats' Young Actors Edition. Refunds are being issued to those who already purchased tickets for Cats.
Now, 6 things to know before you go.
Starting off this list, Corpus Christi police are investigating if a 14-year-old will face criminal charges for a deadly 5-car crash on Crosstown Expressway. Reports suggest the unlicensed teen triggered the pileup. Corpus Christi City Auditor George Holland announced his plans to retire. Holland has held the position since January of 23. His last day on the job going to be June 1st. President Trump met with Chinese President Xi Jinping to discuss trade, the Iran war, and Taiwan. The meeting is expected to set the tone for the relations between the countries. It's also President Trump's first time back in China since 2017. The FDA says that a cream for treating eczema is being recalled for staph bacteria contaminations. The 6-ounce cream has an expiration date of November 2026. The product was sold in retail stores and online. Later on this morning will be the Go Red for Women luncheon. Michelle Hoffman, well, she's going to be emceeing. Registration for the event no longer open, unfortunately, though. Now, Shakira will release the official song for the 2026 World Cup. A 1-minute preview was released last week. The track will also feature African rapper Burna Boy. So it is about that time, folks. One last check-in on the weather. Meteorologist Stephen Jones has been hanging out with me in the studio, having a good old time. How is the day going to be, sir?
Oh, absolutely. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Coastal Bend. You know, we are looking at a toasty Thursday is how I'd put it. We're still a little cool this morning, maybe jacket-worthy even in the 60s, but going into the afternoon, we're chasing 89 is my forecast for Corpus Christi, and even those 90s for many of our inland neighborhoods. But in terms of the roadways, we are shaping up pretty nice for our Thursday morning. Here's a view from our SPID Skycam, and you can see a few more cars picking up on that roadway, but haven't been tracking any of those major slowdowns, at least on the Harbor Bridge, looking good and green, as well as 37 and 44 for our Cal Allen and Robstown commuters this morning. For our major thoroughfares here in town, also not looking too bad on Ocean Drive, Saratoga, or SPID. In downtown, Morgan Avenue, just some light slowdowns, but other than that, a good and green Thursday morning. Going into the weekend, let's get you that forecast as you're heading out the door. The rest of our Thursday, like we talked about, still going to be pretty toasty. We're starting off this morning a little cooler in those 60s and 70s closer to the coast, but with those winds out of the southeast, we've got rising humidity on our hands and a little bit of that patchy fog. Beeville, 1/3 of a mile of visibility, and that's the same for Kingsville. Alice, close to 0 miles of visibility, and even Robstown, Sinton, and Orange Grove all under 1 mile of visibility. So if you do run into this fog, just give yourself a little bit of extra caution on those roadways. As we go through about 9 to 10 a.m., should all be dissipating, and then off to the races with our temperatures and plenty of sunshine, chasing 89 degrees for our daytime high here in Corpus Christi. The 90s for our inland neighborhoods like we talked about, but the good news is we've got rain chances on the rise as we're starting to head in towards the end of the 7-day forecast. So for now on the 7-day forecast, pretty warm as we go through the next few days into the weekend. Want to remember those heat safety practices. The rain chances finally reappear though as we're heading into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week.
That right there, a big moment for a Texas high school senior as Daniela Mercado learns that she was accepted into a third Ivy League school. Daniela works 25 hours a week and pulls all-nighters finishing AP and dual credit homework. She says that this helps her mother and 3 siblings. She plans to attend Harvard in the fall and pursue a career in law. From all of us here, we definitely say congratulations and well earned. A third Ivy League. People, work their whole lives trying to just get into one. That's impressive.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Daniela. I mean, it's not quite Texas A&M, but I'm just kidding. That's a really impressive school, though.
Well, hey, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. We definitely appreciate it. We hope to see you later on tonight with more news from your neighborhood. But until then, for the Sunrise crew, and you are amazing.